Hey guys, hello and welcome to kind of a video diary. I don't normally do these. I don't want to really do these that often, but I figured seeing as we are in November and we are in the middle of a charity drive here at the podcast, I figured I'd give you an update on a couple of things. First things first, thanks for everybody who's like genuinely downloaded and listened to this podcast. It has been, fantastic, and it has been one of the bright points of the recent couple of months for me. I'm not trying to sound like, oh, woe is me, trying to throw a pity party or anything like that. But one of the reasons I sincerely jumped on this Movember bandwagon was because of not just the testicular cancer and the prostate cancer, and it was the men's mental health that drew me to it again this year. I have been pretty much an emotional wreck for the past 8 to 9 months, and I try to do the things that people tell you to do. I try to believe that it was just all in my head, which it is. But what I mean by that is, I just thought it was just my head playing tricks with me. If I worked out, I'd be better. If I ate healthier, I'd be better. If I got out more, I'd feel better. If I did something I enjoy doing, I'd be better. And none of that kind of helped. None of that kind of did anything. It didn't move the needle. And in fact, a lot of that made it worse. So, yesterday, I decided to man up, as some people would say. And I went for my biannual physical. And, I spoke candidly for the first time. I spoke candidly for the first time, and it was a very, very hard conversation to have. I can understand now why people who have far severe uh, problems, mental health problems, why as guys they don't talk about it. Whenever I have a problem, whenever I've had some kind of injury, I've always played it down, the severity of it, and this is going to be no different. I could have severe depression. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But I know that there are a lot of people out there who have it a lot worse than I do. And if I struggle to talk about it, and I'm very, very open when my back hurts, when my knees are in pain. I mean, lately I've had an ankle problem. Um, if I had a hard time opening up about that, then God only knows how hard a time other folks will have it. I mean, the phrase I constantly use to the nurse I was speaking to yesterday was, and I know this sounds silly, but and a lot of that stuff kind of it hit home for me. I have a wonderful wife. I have three amazing children. I have three amazing other children who we don't raise, but we're very, very involved with. Um, I have a good job. I have spent the last 3 months putting together a dream of mine. One of my dreams was always to produce and write and star in my own radio show. And as I mentioned the first episode of the podcast, that radio has become sort of a dying medium, which is a shame because it's fantastic. I love radio, I love audio, but doing the podcast was the next best thing, and I've enjoyed every second of it, and I'm continuing to enjoy every second of it. I mean, I get to look up my childhood memories for fun. I get to play old games for fun. I get to watch old movies that I love. I get to read books, and every time I did, it's more and more of a black hole, and it's more and more. It's harder and harder. It gets harder and harder every day. But the good news is that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, people who know me know that I can be pessimistic. That's fine, but I've always got an optimistic attitude. Everything's going to be okay, and that attitude hasn't been there for the last 6 to 8 months, and that's worn me down, and it's worn my family down, and it's worn my colleagues down, and worn my friends down, and anybody who's had to deal with me. I'm not a burden to other people. but I felt like I was. I'm not diseased, but I think I am. I am, I don't think I am a good person. I consider myself moderately intelligent. I consider myself moderately common sense. But when this hits you, you feel useless. You feel worthless. You feel that every negative thing that you were told on the playground is true. And it's hard to admit. It is absolutely hard to admit. So, I, as you can see, have started right here with the mustache, and I've got a little bit around here that I've got to get rid of tomorrow. But I'm growing this as solidarity, and I'm growing this to highlight to people that it's okay to feel worthless. It's okay to feel down. It's okay for you to feel that you're the bottom of the barrel, because it's not your fault. This can happen to anyone at any time. And I have a very decent life. I have a life that I enjoy. I have pretty much what I've wanted. And I'm miserable. But I'm miserable because I'm not well. And that is something I have to work on. So what am I doing to do this? Well, I've been given medicine, which is usually, the great thing about the doctor I go to is his first instinct is not to write a prescription. I'm going to be seeing someone to talk. I'm going to make these videos every now and then. Occasionally I'll post them, But it's okay. I'm going to get better. And I want everybody who is watching this, even if you just stumbled across this and you're at your last shred of you don't know what to do, you're going to be fine. Get the help that you need. Everybody's pulling for you. Everybody who loves you is pulling for you. Don't listen to the doubters. Don't listen to the naysayers. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go back to doing not going back to what I'll usually be doing. I'm changing it up. Like I said, I've got some medical help. I'm going to be speaking to someone. I'm going to start working out again. Not just lifting weights and running. I own the DDP yoga program, and my thing was always giving up, and now I know it's okay. That I'm only giving up because I'm telling myself to give up. I now know I can tell myself to keep pushing forward. So, the next time you will hear my wonderful voice, if you're not annoyed by it already, I will be talking about Trainspotting on the podcast. Again, this podcast has done so many good things for me. Like I get to read my favorite books, watch my favorite movies, play my favorite games, talk about my favorite music for fun, and I get to share my opinions, and that's kind of all I've ever wanted. And I'm hoping that this Trainspotting review is going to be good. I feel like my back is against the wall because I'm feeling very vulnerable, but it's gonna be great. If you have your own problems and you feel like you need to talk to someone, I'll find the links of not suicide hotlines, but stuff like that. People who want to talk to you. Heck, I'll put my email address down there if you just need someone to reach out to. But this is the worst I've ever felt in my life. And it's going to be okay. Because as long as I've got my kids, my wife, my friends, you guys, I'm good. Because you guys can talk me down when I'm feeling at my lowest. You guys can bring me back when I'm at my most down. Even if you insult my football team, or you lead me to insult your football team, or you tell me that I'm not doing a good job, or you insult my guitar playing, or you disagree with me musically. Just you guys have a way of keeping me engaged, my friends, my family, you know. And I'm rambling a little bit, and I know that. But today's Thursday. I've got a lot of work to do this weekend, and you will hear from me next Wednesday. But you'll probably see me a couple of times before that while I, do the thing. But if you feel down, get some help. And believe me when I say, no matter how bad you feel, there is someone out there. There is someone who you are close to, who's got your back, and will do anything for you. They'll make sure that you're okay. They'll look after you at your lowest. But admit that there's something wrong. Because if we can't admit that there's something wrong, then we can't get better. So, peace, everybody.